So we're here. So last week we worked on attacking in the clinch. This week we're going to work a couple clinch counter things and how to kind of nullify his clinch and then work through it, right? So we're here. He clinches me up. I don't appreciate any of that. I don't care if I'm in big gloves, little gloves, getting clinched. No one's ever been polite in the clinch before. So once we get here, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set a heavy base, wide, and walk my hips forward. The reason I'm setting a base and walking my hips forward, my hips are back. That gives him plenty of space to throw knees and be unpolite about all the things he wants to do. And if I don't have a good base, like if I'm just in a standard kickboxing standstill, he's going to start to turn me. None of that is going to lead to positive things in my life. So first thing we have to do is get a good base under us and walk our hips in. I almost want to be cup to cup. I don't have to quite be that far in, but I want to start working that way because he's going to start moving around. So we see here, he clenches me up. Boom, I get my base and I get my hips under me, right? Once we're here, I don't care which hand you reach up with. One hand is going to the back of the neck. The other hand is going to hang on the bicep. Once you get your grips, all you're going to do is flare your elbows down. Reason you're doing this, as you start to move up in levels, that's when you start getting either hit in the clinch or elbowed into the clinch. So when I'm here, if I just leave him kind of his devices, he's going to start to turn and punch and elbow and do all sorts of uncivilized things. So I have to nullify. I've stopped his lower body weapons. He tries to knee me right here. Yeah, he's going to land some bullshit, but nothing of true power is going to land once I get a good base in me. Once I get here, now he tries to hit me with his upper body. I've now nullified both of those. This is called clinch counter control. The whole point of this is to shut his offense down first, then work on taking ground back. Because we talk about all the time the number line, right? We're both at 0 here. He gets me in the clinch. Now I'm at -2, he's at +2, right? Now we're back at 0-0, right? I probably even have a little bit of an advantage here. All right? So once we're here, we're now going to work a couple different exits. All right? First thing we're going to do, I'm going to pull the head side hand towards my bicep. And that's going to allow me to open my chest and swim this hand in. Here. As soon as that hand, all I'm going to do is connect at the top of his skull, push in, boom. That's going to allow you to retake that clinch back from him. So we're here, he clinches me up. I don't like any of that. Get my base, get my counter control. I open my chest, pull that head to my bicep. This hand sneaks in, clinch, boom. Same side knee. Once you get there, hit 2 knees, separate with emphasis here, guys. Whenever you leave a clinch, if I leave a clinch here and I'm just like, oh man, I get here, boom, yeah, right? Guess what? You didn't win the fight. You won maybe in exchange at best. When I exit a clinch, it has to either hurt or it has to be with emphasis. Get off of me. Don't want to touch you. No touching. Or if I'm going to exit, it needs to hurt him. So boom, I'm here. Bop. You throw something at him, keep him away. Questions on this?
Are you kneeing with the same side bicep?
Either knee. Either knee is going to be available. Because at that point, what's happened is you're here. So, I like that knee. Boom. That knee's up the middle. That knee's up. There's options. Once you're there, now I've taken control of the clinch. So then at that point, it's my choice where we're going. So it's, when you clinch me, you're in the driver's seat. You're deciding where the bus is going, so to speak. You're going to knee, you're going to do all this shit.
Like, just because the fact that I still kind of was in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. So boom, as soon as I'm there, boom, I counter control, get my clinch back, and then I'm knee and knee.
Does it matter which way you're pushing it first or pushing here?
I'm normally pulling him into whatever I'm throwing.
I mean after the knee. You hit the knee.
As far as pushing?
So are you pushing to a side or are you pushing?
Either. It just depends on what I'm trying to do. If I'm just trying to create distance.
I didn't know if you were like trying to cut an angle.
Not particularly. If I'm trying to set him into something, I'll turn him that way. So like let's say I get here and I want to hit my right kick because I want to hit a high kick off this because I'm pretty cool, right? I'll turn him that way. Let's say I'm just I don't like being clinched because I don't like it because it sucks and he's kneeing me. Get off of me. I'm just trying to create distance at that point. The biggest distance I create is him backwards, me backwards. Everyone's going away. So it more depends on what you're doing as far as how you exit. It's just your choice. Make sense? Other questions? 1, 2, 3. Right? So we're here. He clenches me up. I don't like any of that. Same thing. I get to clinch counter control. But let's say I'm in big gloves. Let's say it's just hard to get that full turn to really dig my hands in, right? Like that's not always going to be as easy as that seems. Like kind of one of those, oh, just swim in, it'll work. It's fucking hard, right? When big ass gloves, we're sweaty, I'm fucking tired, Dustin. It doesn't always work like that, right? So when we're here, instead of just turning, I'm going to truly look to check my wristwatch here on this hand. Like, hey, that's a really cool wristwatch I wear there. I'm going to look to turn and turn my head away as I throw almost like a shoulder punch. Kind of like I'm turning a hook through the door. Same thing, but I'm looking to clear his arms across my face here. Boom. Nice part about this, depending on your rule set, depends on how much fun you get to have next. For those of us who are civilized people, fight with little gloves, you can wrestle or throw. Boom. Back trips, body locks, options bars pretty open. For those of you who are like, ew, let's keep bugs. Right? Boom. Boom. I clear that here. Couple options. 1, drive a knee somewhere. All that's there. Or ankle. And start to work sweeps. The only thing you got to be careful about in kickboxing rules, this will be important because Myron's a stickler on this. How deep you sit him onto your hip is going to be a big detail with Myron. It's got to be a kicking motion. It can't be like a throw. Because if I'm here, I can throw this, right? Boom. Really throw if I want. Has to be a kicking motion for you kickboxers. You play MMA, take that.
So it has to be more.
Yes, it has to be a kicking. So the way it's always, whenever I explained it up at Sun Impact and Ref, whenever Myron explains it, it's a kicking motion where we don't connect calf to calf. So it can never be to where like I trip you when we go calf to calf here. It has to be some sort of a kicking motion up the back. Yes, same Myron.
But you're still allowed like in the upper body.
Yes.
Swipe.
Yeah, because when we're here, it's a kicking move. Trust me. Disagree with a lot. One of those, when I get to make up the rules, trust me, I make them up to what suits me. But we have to
So
do
that
that.
takes like after the trips away.
Do I disagree? Yes. Do I get to write the rules? No. So I'm here, he clinches me up. Boom. Same thing. I get to clinch counter control. And when we're here, this is an aggressive turn, right? I'm here, boom. Once we're here, decide what you want. I'm going to stay tight here, and I'm going to wrestle.
You're holding the neck
Boom.
or the face or the head.
Holding kind of that neck where it connects into the jaw.
Okay.
Once we're here, if you want to wrestle, those options are there. If you want to, if I'm here and I want to throw, boom, I can. If I'm kickboxing, all I'm going to look to do is stay here, knee, clinch, and sweep. But the options bars there, the shoulder clear is what's important.
So with that sweep, if it doesn't go through, like, I don't know if that just back up, you know?
Punch her right in the fucking mouth.
I like it.
You're going to be still in a pretty athletic position. She's going to be doing this. Hit her in the fucking face. Like, realize, when I sweep people, 7 out of 10 times it doesn't work, right? Like, if I time a sweep well, I'll bounce you off the back of your neck. It's really nice. I will do it, right? I have a couple really good videos of doing that to people. But 7 out of 10 times, it's not going to. I'm not going to hit a beautiful sweep where it's like, oh, hey, and you hit your ass and we all cheer, right? Most of the time, what I'm looking for is that off balance. So if I'm here, we talk about it all the time. I can't get you to make this big of a mistake 9 times out of 10, right? Late in the fight, you're tired, maybe. Most of the time, I'm looking for you to make this big of a mistake so that I can slide right in that hole and capitalize on it. So if I can get you off balance, bop, bop, and slip an overhand right, slip something in, hard kick, takedown, whatever my game plan is, that's what I'm looking for. Sweep's not always going to land like unless they suck. And if they suck, I mismatched you and we're wasting our time. It's never my goal with your amateur fights. First couple pro fights, you're going to look really, really good. Most of your amateur fights are going to be 50-50. Probably you should be favored to lose a good portion of it. So that's my goal. So if you're like, man, Dustin, it's a really terrible matchup for me. Congrats, that was the plan. Because I'm not trying to pad your guys' fucking amateur records. It does nothing for you. Trust me, I have a very beautiful 9-1 amateur record. It did dick all for me. Now, I have some decent wins in there. Some okay wins. But I also have a lot of fluff in there. I also didn't get pushed until probably my 5th fight. My first 4 fights didn't have a full 2 rounds of ring time. No, I have submission and TKO victories in under 2 minutes each time. One of my first fights was less than 37 seconds to travel. Babyface Dustin. It's on YouTube. We're here. He clinches me up. I don't like what's happening. I get to my counter control. I can't swim in. Right? Trying body shots. I can knee from here, but it's just not working. Boom, boom. I clear, look away, and I'm here. Once you're here, find something you like to your rule set. Knees, takedowns, whatever works. Find something that makes sense for you in your game. That's the sugar and spice we talk about. I'm giving you meat and potatoes with the clear. Sugar and spice it up yourself. All right, questions? Here, boom, clear. I'm always going to knee here, pulling everything this way. As I do that, I'm trying to sweep out one to one. If you can hit the back ankle, great. I love it. Overtake. But if I can hit both legs, great. I always find better success just trying to hit the close ankle, sweep it out.
So either you move me this way and this way?
Yeah, because when I'm here, think about it this way. You're an athlete, right? You're going to balance yourself. So I'm here, right? Boom. Here. Reason I pull you this way, now you're off balance. Here. Here. So because naturally if I pull you this way, all your weight shifts here, right? If I kick that, that takes your base out. Make sense? 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm here. Last one for today. He clinches me up. I try to go counter control, and I just don't like what's happening, right? None of this feels right. It's trying to hurt me. I don't like being hurt. I'm sensitive. I have a dream journal. Please don't hurt me, right? So when I'm here, all I'm going to do is change my levels, but I'm not going to change levels with my chest. I'm going to change levels with my hips. And all I'm looking to do is change levels to where my shoulders get under his elbows. So when I'm here, I'm going to sit in my chair. Pop. As soon as we get there, I'm going to lock my hands right on the lower part of his rib cage here. So we're here. I'm trying to change, right? Pop. Connecting my hands here. I don't care if you're big gloves, little gloves. I don't care. Connect your palms. Thumbs in if you're little gloves. All right. Once we're here, I'm going to low row him to me. Then I'm going to turn my top knuckles down. Here. For those of you who have felt this against me, sucks donkey did. Because it pops your hips forward, and then you do this like weird lean back motion, and it's not great. Life sucks. Sucks to suck. Don't try to hurt me. I'm here. I'm trying to do stuff right. Change levels. Boom. Drop. Lock my hand. I'm going to start to drive my head in. Roll my knuckles down. Roll. Once you're there, what you do kind of depends on your rule set. For you kickboxing guys, I'm going to come here and try to push off and kick. Try to sweep out, hit a knee, do something. Strike on an exit, because that's going to disengage his clinch, because once you're like this, you're like, fuck the clinch, what's going on? You got to do something else. And those of us who are, real people and like to get real fights, you follow them down and you take them down. We're here. Boom. I always go to counter control, right? I'm trying to get this back. I don't like it. Base, change levels. Boom. Here. Pull it in. Roll the hips. You're not always going to land them out, but you're going to land in an advantageous position if you take them down. If it's kickboxing, do not take him down. You will get penalized for that. But when you're here, Boom, up here, especially once you get your hands locked here. Back leg sweeps, kicking motion, hit knee the thighs. It's one of my favorites from here. Here. If you've never been knee right here for me, really fun. I think I did Terrell recently. You really enjoyed it.
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever
Right. Changing in, body lock, low row, roll the hands to your rule set.
Does that count as
Yes, if you kick through. Might just drive him to the mat. No, it's a takedown. You'll actually probably get more. Questions?